Mavs Denver fans, yes, we're back with another video, back with another recap, and look like we got some grooms walking on eggshells. We see Brennan leaving Emily in tears, and Orion and Lauren calls it quits, break up, and wants to divorce. Welcome back to Romance Review TV. It's Lady T. I got another recap for you guys. Married at First Sight Denver, season 17, episode number 8. And without any further ado, let's talk about what went down in Denver. So it looks like this week on Married at First Sight, some of our couples are facing some major issues. The couples are now out of the honeymoon phase and is getting back to real life. So first up, let's talk about Becca and Austin, as they are excited about starting their life with each other and seem to be looking forward to living together. Now, while Becca was looking at his apartment, the topic of where they would live together if they do decide to stay with each other came up. Now, he has roommates, and she said, well, you know what, I have my own place. Why won't you come live with me? Now, originally they gave us that as a cliffhanger, but he actually agreed upon the idea. Becca and Austin are also working through their differing religious beliefs, and with a little help from Pastor Cal, Becca can't help to get a little emotional while discussing her fear about being married to a Christian man. Austin kind of gives a question to Pastor Cal for a little help working out their difference of opinion on religion during a check-in session that we saw, which of course prompted Pastor Cal to ask him what is the core of his faith. And he said, well, I guess like it's based on God's love, really caring for everyone that's in your life. It's really based on love. Asked that same question about her own spiritual journey, Becca says the basis of her spirituality is kindness, understanding, and love. And of course, after hearing both of their answers, Pastor Cal said, exactly right. Is there any different than what Austin said? Now, Becca acknowledges that they do seem to have general principles despite their differing opinions on religion, but that's in her experience. And of course, he continues more seriously. For most people, we tend to attach, as Christian, we look like if you don't believe the way I believe, you're going to burn in hell. And I think a lot of times we forget that if you're actually living out there, the positive spirituality that you're living, and it's moral and it's good and it's gentle and it's peaceful and it's okay, because you should never make you feel that you're doomed. And that was a conversation that they had with Pastor Cal. So, despite their differing opinions on religion, Becca's negative past experiences with Christianity, Pastor Cal points out how much Austin really cares for her, and he's been pulling her close. You can watch the body language. And if he really didn't care about her that deeply, he even wouldn't be here comforting her. So, yeah, it looks like they're on a good foot. They just had to sort out the religious conversation. So now let's talk about Claire and Cameron. Now, they have very different ways of approaching things when it comes to living with each other. Claire likes to tackle things head on, but Cameron says that he's okay with seeing how bad things could get before talking things through. They checked out each other's homes, and Cameron met Claire's adorable dog, Lenny, who doesn't seem all that interested in bonding with his new dad. They also had a bit of a deeper conversation regarding religion, and Claire opened up about her faith as well. But all in all, they're doing better now than they started out on that honeymoon. Our next couple is Emily and Brennan, and this is where things seem to get a little bit dicey. So Emily and Brennan seem like they were getting along so well on their honeymoon, but he shocked her by saying that he needs some time to himself before moving in together. She went to see where he lives, and she thought the vibe seemed a little off and that he was being emotionally distant. Now, during the therapy session, he admitted that he doesn't feel romantically connected to her, which left Emily shocked. She ended up straight up asking him if he's not attracted to her, and he wouldn't give her an answer, which she thinks is an answer of its own. And of course, the whole situation left her in tears. Now, it was interesting when they sat down with Pastor Cal, and Pastor Cal wanted him to actually say how he feels. He said, I can't do that and I won't do that. And this is where the whole eggshell thing is happening. This is why you should not sign up for a show where it's on site. You never know whether or not you're going to be attracted or have chemistry with the person that they match you with. Now, the thing is, one thing he did say is about television. He obviously know how the fan base could be, especially being as a man. If he speaks straightforward about saying what he's not attracted to or what he's not attracted with. We saw that in a different season with Clint. We saw that in a different season with Chris and a few other seasons as well. And the fan base went ballistic. So after 16 other seasons, people are watching and they know the adverse effect that this can have after the films and the cameras and everything go away, which is why we keep it very objective on this particular channel. So this is why I entitled this video Eggshells, because this not only applies to Brennan, we're going to talk about Orion too, but with Brennan's actually saying that television and how he don't want to be perceived a certain way. I mean, with no answer, it kind of gives an answer, but at the same time, we know what happens with the fan base. And last but definitely not least, Lauren and Orion. And I gotta say, it's finally over. After the last 3 episodes of back and forth and blowout fights and pillow talk, Lauren and Orion called it quits just short of their 2-week wedding anniversary. Orion didn't let it go without the whole flip-flopping a few more times. Though he basically said that the marriage was over during the honeymoon, the plane ride home, he told Lauren that he wanted a start over. Then after a few days of living separately, Orion texted Lauren and said that he wanted a divorce again. Now, Lauren was left in tears as they discussed their divorce with the psychologist. Despite Orion and his wishy-washiness, Lauren wanted to work things out, but Orion said that he lost all romantic interest in her after the whole Redskin joke. Now, here's the interesting thing. I guess that's where the wishy-washiness come in, because the day after the joke, Orion was bragging to Lauren about his sex toy collection, given nature in bed. Lauren called the entire ordeal stupid. Both of us was robbed because of unforgiveness. I just think, in my opinion, they were ill-matched. That's the bottom line. That's on the experts and on production. You can't put people together that have different value systems. In her situation, she didn't have a problem with sleeping with someone just 2 months prior to coming into the experiment. There, on the flip side, he saw that differently. His wishy-washiness is not going to be a goal for someone who wants actually intentionality. And then the whole thing with the different lifestyles, the cultures and things like that. Not saying that they cannot be blended. That takes work. But at the same time, if you're ill-matched, no type of work is going to make that work. Dr. Holick, she said something interesting with regards to him being controlling. I actually saw him trying to get out of this marriage. I don't think that's controlling. The thing is that you shouldn't have to have somebody tell you multiple times that they don't want to be with you. If he wants out, you need to let him out. If she wanted out, she need to be out as well. The thing is that trying to force these people to stay together just to keep your show going and to keep the drama going, because you know that this is not going to work, is actually production trying to control this situation, which technically they did sign contracts, but at what cost to the 2 people involved. So look like it is officially over for Orion and Lauren. We went from 5 couples down to 3 now, as one couple didn't even make it past the altar, and then these 2 didn't even make it past 2 weeks. So we'll have to continue watching to see how our final 3 couples move forward through this process. Okay, so let's get the conversation started down in the comment section. What did you think about Brennan and Orion? Do you think they were walking on eggshells? I honestly do think he was. Now, this is something that you signed up for when you get in front of television. You're going to get scrutinized whether you say something or not. And believe me, they're already talking. As for Orion, I think his wishy-washiness, he needs to actually take a look into that. He could have been wishy-washy because he wanted to stay, wanted to leave, didn't know how he looked. I don't know. But the thing is, if it's over, it's over. Don't force 2 people to be together when one of them don't even want to put in the work. let me know your thoughts. So I hope you enjoyed this recap. Stay tuned for other recaps, updates on this channel. And until the next video, like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time. Bye.